Welcome to this short class that's going to focus specifically around posture. So we're going to give you loads of lovely rotation, lots of different ways to open up your body, and it's going to be really nice and easy to do anywhere that you want. So you might want to grab a pillow because we're going to be lying on your side at some point, particularly if you feel your shoulders are a little bit stiff. But to start with, we're just going to come to lie onto your back. Now, if at this point you feel like your head is falling backwards, then grab yourself a pillow here, just again to support your head. And we're going to walk your feet as wide as your mat is, hands slightly out to the side. And all we're going to do is rock both legs over to one side. And then you're going to send your feet back to the floor, and we're going to go over to the other side. And we're going to just keep doing that. So as you go over, I want your top leg to imagine that it's trying to reach over your foot. And then as your feet come back to the floor, it will naturally bring you back. So again, that top leg is reaching away from you, away from your head and trying to get over your feet. So you feel a really lovely stretch in the front of your thighs. And then rotate those legs back and we go the other way. So you're looking to try and feel this kind of around the front of your thighs, so probably your quads, maybe up into the bit of your hip flexors, maybe around your lower back a little bit. But again, just allow your head, if it can, to follow your spine. So see if there's a point when your head just wants to start to go in the opposite direction. And we're trying to keep that opposite shoulder down as well, so it's not anchored to the floor. It will come off a little bit, but try not to let the whole thing just lift and go. See if you can create that little bit of mobility so that we really can twist your spine. We're going to go one more each side there. And then make this one your last one. And come all the way back again. We're going to walk your feet really, really close to your bottom. Hands are going to come down by your side. And we're going to do a bridge, but that's going to focus really on opening the front of your hips. So really send those knees away from you. See if you can feel that really big pull on the front of your thighs. And you'll be working into your bottom, into the back of your thighs. And then can you pull your heels towards your bum to come all the way back, down again. Making sure everything's as relaxed as it can be at the bottom, everything's let go. Again, are your feet as close to you as they possibly can be. And then send your knees over your feet. That will start to roll your tailbone back to allow you to start to come up. So your shoulder blades should be on the floor here. Your head, neck, shoulders just rested and settled. A really big pull should be happening through the front of your thighs. Keep trying to tuck your tailbone under. That pull will get more. And then lay yourself all the way back down again. We're going to do a couple more there. So if you're starting to feel this in the front of your knees and it's quite uncomfortable, you just need to walk your feet a little bit further away so you just come out of that pull if it's too uncomfortable or if you know that you've had knee problems in the past. Because we are loading the front of your knee at this point as well. So keep reaching those legs. You're looking to try and roll that tailbone backwards, coming up. Can you feel your inner thighs as well so those legs aren't being flopped out to the side? A little bit of a hold. And then just lay yourself all the way back down. And we're going to come onto your side. So grab your pillows if you want it. Otherwise, you're going to hold your head in your hand. So my head's kind of rested on my forearm, on my upper arm, and my hand is holding onto the back of my skull. And we're going to reach the other hand forward. And I want you to slide that hand forward so we flex over, nose towards the floor. And then we're going to draw a nice big circle over our head. Head is still supported in your hands as you come round. You're going to reverse that circle, so hand goes over your head, all the way back, and out in front of you. So this time when you do it, can you try and keep your legs on the floor? So your bottom leg is still touching that floor. And your top leg is glued to it, so it's not lifting up. You're just keeping that top leg, having a little bit of a squeeze into the bottom leg. And then again, roll that arm and bring it all the way forward. So as you do this, your arm may bend as it goes over your head. It really depends on how tight your shoulders are. Your shoulders and your hand may also come off the floor. Again, it's not the end of the world, but when you're over there, just take a pause. And you're going to take a few big breaths into the sides of your ribs. So how wide can you expand them? This is going to give your body a little bit of a chance to settle into your stretch and into that rotation, but also it's going to give your ribs a chance to move away from your spine, so it's going to give us what we call an accessory movement. And again, you're breathing into the sides of your ribs, nice deep breaths, trying to let everything settle into that stretch. And then roll that hand all the way back over your head and back out in front. And we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to turn sideways, but again, head is cupped in your hand. We're resting on that forehead, on that shoulder, hand forward, and we're going to just draw that circle over and around, out to the side of us, and then bring it all the way back and forwards. So again, can you keep your knees and your thighs glued to the floor? Now, if you feel this a lot in your lower back, then just bend your knees a little bit closer towards your head, because that will just support your back a little bit more. So we're going to go over on your exhale. Can you let yourself settle? Feel that stretch across your chest, across your shoulders. Legs are glued together and gently just pressing down into the floor. And then bring it all the way back round. We're going to go one more there, and here's where we're going to stay over and take a few big breaths. So that arm is extended back behind you. You've got that arm out straight, so you can feel that pull across your chest, that just opening there. Legs are active and just gently pressing top leg into bottom leg and then into the floor. And just see if you can settle into that place. So breathe into the sides of your ribs. And then we're going to roll that hand all the way back and in front of you. And we're going to take that straight onto your tummy. So we're going to stay nice and active here. So before we lie down, you're just going to feel your hands one on top of the other, pubic bone into the floor, and you're going to take a bit of weight in your arms. And I'd like you to press your pubic bone into the floor and then relax it. So just press your pubic bone into the floor and relax it. Now this is what's going to help you when we come up into this really nice active dart. So when you're ready, I want you to press that pubic bone into the floor, let your forehead come to just hover off the mat, and you're going to bring your arms down by your side. Now from here, just allow your shoulders to roll forwards, and then see if you can rotate your shoulders out, so your shoulder blades will come together slightly. And then again, just let them roll forwards, and then see if you can roll them out. Just keep doing that for me, and notice that if you actually turn your hands as well, that's going to help. And it's almost like when your shoulders roll outwards, your head wants to lift a little bit because you're coming up into a bit of natural extension. So you're going to roll those hands out, palms facing your hips, let them stay there and let the arms be really straight. So legs are really straight, arms are really straight, and pubic bone is pressing. You're then going to keep feeling like you're rotating those arms out, so your palms will actually start to come towards the floor as you lift yourself up a little bit. Lowest ribs are still on the floor. And then you're going to rotate those hands back again, let the shoulders roll, but your head stays hovered. Again, we're going to go palms towards hips and keep rotating them, palms towards floor as we come up into our extension. Try and get your fingers to touch your toes. So we've got really open across the chest. Gaze is still looking down towards the mat, and you're breathing here. Pubic bone is pressing into the floor, and then rotate those arms the other way,
palms towards the ceiling, shoulders roll forwards. We're going to do that one more time. So keep that press, stay nice and active in those feet. Feel like as you turn the hands out and you turn the arm bones, the collarbones open, the collarbones roll backwards, the shoulders come together, and you're really reaching yourself up. Lowest ribs are still on the floor. And then come all the way down. Let your hands come to your side. Push yourself back up, and we're just going to sit it into a child's pose. Let everything just settle there. You can give yourself a bit of a wobble. And your knees can go wide, your knees can come together. If your knees are together, you'll get a little bit more of a stretch in your lower back. We're going to take that into a bit of a thread the needle. So walk one hand under the other and really use the arm above your head to push you back towards your feet. So if you're nowhere near your bottom to your feet, you can grab a pillow and aim for that. But keep trying to reach this hand away from you. Take a couple of breaths into that stretch around your shoulder blade. And then come all the way back, reach the other hand forward. We're going in the opposite direction. Again, how much can you reach that hand away from you? How much can you press yourself back towards your bottom and into your heels? And then unravel back to one more child's pose. Really just let your head settle onto the mat. And then you're going to come forward and we're going to have a little bit of a sit down, but we're actually going to sit cross-legged. So if this is uncomfortable for you, again, you can sit on your pillows or you can grab yourself a chair, and we can do this in a chair as well. So all you're going to do is go hands out, one to the side, one up into the ceiling, and we're going to start to reach it all the way over into a really nice side stretch. So palm down towards the floor, hand reaching away from you. So yes, that shoulder blade has lifted, and you're trying to send the opposite bottom cheek to the floor. You're going to reach yourself all the way back up. We're going to come all the way over to the other side. So you're looking to feel this stretch, potentially all the way from your armpit, all the way down to your lowest back. There's not very much weight on your hand, but the arm is really straight that's on top of you, so you get as much of a pull as possible. Reach it all the way back, and again, we come all the way up and over. So can your middle finger reach as far away from your opposite sit bone? So that left sit bone, my left hand away from my left sit bone as much as possible. We're trying to create a big old rainbow shape here. And then all the way up, all the way over to the other side. Keep breathing into that stretch for me. So the more you try and inflate your side, the more that tissue is going to stretch, and the more easier it will feel. We're going to come all the way over to the other side, and we're going to stay there. And this time we're going to combine that thread the needle. So as you straighten your arm on the ground, you're going to reach and rotate to touch the back of your mat. See if you can get your rib cage to really rotate around your spine. And it's almost like you're going to push into your standing arm to get the arm to straight, and almost like you're going to try and pull yourself around gently with that other hand. Take a couple of breaths there. And then we're going to slowly bend the arm, come back into your side stretch. Reach the arm all the way up and over to the other side. And again, we're going to go for that rotation. So press into your hand, turn yourself and reach yourself as far back as you can. So on this side, I am not coming close to the edge of my mat, but that's okay. I'm going to take a couple of big breaths into my rib cage. I'm going to let my head sink. I'm going to still really press into that hand and keep trying to, on my out breath, inch my hand around. So wherever you feel that stretch, breathe into it. And then we're going to come into our side bend, all the way back up again, one more each side. So all the way around, let that supporting shoulder just settle, rotate all the way back. Couple of big breaths there. How much can you expand yourself? So really every time you exhale, see if you can make that twist a little bit more. All the way back to your side bend, last one. All the way over, straight into our rotation. Big breaths into the sides of your ribs there. Big breath right into the side stretch and into the back of you. So I feel this a lot across my shoulder blades. And then come all the way around into that side stretch. One final really nice reach. And then all the way up into sitting. Let those shoulders roll up towards your ears. And then just settle somewhere nice and easy on that rib cage.
Why not check out these related videos? Thanks for joining us, everyone.